So that live misclick cost Norm 21% of his stack, but he's always played by his own rules. Saturday Night Live, stand-up comedy, he's a very funny guy, and a fellow Canadian. And
he's one of my favorite comedians, so he's got that going for him.
We are a very funny people, I will have you know. Yeah, you can see him there on the bottom of the leaderboard. Hank Azaria is right at the top now, 124,300.
Exactly.
Wait, is he remembered his joke? We need to hear it. If he's
Hank
not
remembers
in the,
the one joke.
You remember the one joke he liked?
do? I do remember the one joke that's my favorite. So, guy wakes up in the middle of the night. Here's a voice. It says, "Get dressed, get dressed."
Raise.
Oh, well.
And it's a proper hand there for Brad Garrett. He has kings. He's been card dead so far and complaining about it.
He did say it.
Yeah, and right on time, Cheadle has queens, so this is a very, very good spot for Garrett.
And Don Cheadle just calls behind there with the queens. What do you think of that?
I kind of like it. He prevents going broke before the flop, and he gets to keep in a lot of worse hands, and I think that it's totally fine to just call.
And Brad Garrett has been playing a bit tight. He's been very vocal about that. So the 4-8-9 flop comes down. Low flop can be a little bit dangerous in this kind of situation for Don.
Absolutely. This is the type of flop that Don is looking for, or thinks he's looking for, and he's going to try to get a lot of chips in there.
Yeah, he takes the lead on the flop by betting into him, and Garrett just calls there with the kings. 4 comes down on the turn. It doesn't really change anything, but Don Cheadle checks.
Yeah, it's an interesting check. It looks like it's a combination of trapping his opponent as well as keeping the size of the pot to some reasonable amount.
And Brad Garrett bets there. I mean, he clearly thinks he has the best hand, and he does.
Yeah, I mean, this is still a really tough spot for Don. Just calling at least saves him some chips.
Oh. Oh, that's going to hurt so much for Brad.
That's a really brutal card.
Oh. Yeah, now the rest of the table is seeing the carnage.
Imagine how much more expensive.
Fortunately for Brad, he decided the pot was big enough on the river and just checked it back, saving himself a ton of chips.
Ugly, ugly,
Would
ugly.
the diamond slow you down a little bit? I guess it did. Diamond slowed you down on that river?
I think he just thought maybe I had 2 pairs or something.
I thought he, wow, good hand.
Fellas, way to create drama on the last hand of the break.
Nice hand.
I'm gonna take a walk and maybe.
Sorry about that. That one made me sick to my stomach.
Quite a hand to end the blind level as Brad Garrett's kings get cracked on the river.